So I'm just gonna cover the Thorns build and Leapslam build so that I can conclude this sort of chapter of the builds I'm playing right now, so I can move on. Thorns and Leapslam both just. Let's talk about Thorns first. Thorns, don't do it. I'm glad I have this character now. I'm hoping that with new stuff from GGG, further changes, updates for POE2, that I can sort of change or add more to Thorns as more stuff comes out. Like maybe who knows how flails will interact with Thorns, or I don't know, just something that makes life easier with Thorns. Um, so gonna keep this character for that moment, but I wouldn't have a Thorns character, if that wasn't the case. Thorns is the idea of Thorns is very fun. That's why I sort of ended up in this situation. The idea of Thorns, the idea of being this sort of unmovable, tank that just sits there and says, I dare you to hit me," and then it does some damage that just kills whatever hit it. That's awesome. That just that archetype or idea of a character of that sort is something I like and I want. And maybe Thorns was the wrong way to go about it. Maybe I have to do it with like Arctic Armor or Magma Shield instead. But in its current state, Thorns doesn't hit that idea for me. It doesn't meet what I think of when I'm thinking of like a Thorns character, right? So I'll show you what I mean. So look, here I am, right, getting hit. Here I have to buff myself like this first of all, and now just with 5 stacks, we're at 3,200. It's hitting me. It's not dying yet. It'll die eventually, sure. This thing will never hit me, by the way, so it won't die. But the point is to me, this is not what I had wanted from Thorns. So it's not terrible. I mean, okay, it is terrible, but like, it does stuff. Okay, it doesn't just instantly die. It doesn't do negative damage, I guess, but it kind of does. Either way, going back to, I guess, whatever I was talking about. This is what the tree looks like. We went for the small passives here. Next step would have been maximum life, and then this. There's just not enough tags or things associated with Thorns for me to have many other options of where the ascendancy would go. Right, for the tree, we just try to get as much physical damage. So basically anything that interacts with Thorns, we're trying to get it, right? So increased physical damage interacts with Thorns. This increased damage per block chance node and the one up here, they both give together 150% increased damage to Thorns. So we grabbed those. We grabbed, we're doing a lot of break armor stuff, so we grabbed this here, so 60% increased damage, 2 enemies with fully broken armor, so that's great. Grabbed similar stuff here, so fizz damage, and then the rest is just Thorns stuff, right? Thorns here, Thorns down here, and then some crit stuff for Thorns, and then this also gives crit chance, and of course, our boots. Where do they go? Our boots give crit chance as well. But that's basically it for the tree. If we had the next 10 levels of the tree, if we were to get them, would probably, we could grab crit chance here as well, crit chance here, and there's some crit chance over here as well. So we could have gone for those with the next 10 levels if we kept playing this build. Either that or speccing to some, say, regen. So to show you just the items I'm using, it's pretty self-explanatory. We're just getting Thorns everywhere as much as we can, and then we have 2 uniques that we have to use basically. The crit chance ones that are corrupted for a higher crit chance, and then using Crown of the Pale King, and then as I said, thorns. You know, we got thorns damage, physical thorns damage. We got thorns damage increase, and then we have block chance, which goes back to our this node over here, which increases thorns damage again. And a similar thing here, thorns damage plus as high armor as we can get to take advantage of this. And thorns damage here as well. And then everything else is just life, res, crit chance here helps as well. Everything else is just life and res. And on those required items over here, we're trying to get life and res as well. That being said, we're still only at about 2,000 life after everything. Partly probably because of this 5% reduced max life here. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the build. I guess I'll go over gems as well. So for gems, we're using some buffs to basically keep us alive. So we're using time of need with fast forward, so less duration. So that basically reduces the duration between blessings. We are using scavenge plating, of course. So for this one, we're just using more duration because it's not that easy to get it up, and then we want to have it up as much as possible at 10 stacks. And then just vitality and cannibalism. Nothing on resonating shield. And then for ancestral totem, we're using sunder. So this consumes the broken armor. So for bosses, I can break the armor and then have the totem use sunder, and then I can just use that to basically build stacks of the scavenge plating. And then we have font of blood on this as well, just more regen. It's pretty good amount, 2% life. Just a freebie, I threw it in there. And yeah, that's really it. Okay, so I'm on the Leapslam character now. The problem with the Leapslam character is the same thing I mentioned before. It's on Leapslam, you'll see there's a 0.65, so 0.65 seconds to total attack time. At minimum, it's 0.65. That 0.65 pretty much destroys the idea of having a fast Leapslam build. I'd mentioned that this might be the case, but that maybe we'd be able to decrease that in some way, but it just wasn't possible. I tried skill speed, cooldown reduction, duration if possible. Well, there was no duration tag on this, so I couldn't equip any duration stuff here, but did that and did attack speed. This is as fast as I could get right now, which doesn't look too bad. We are using life tap, but I mean, this is really it. This is as fast as I can get it going right now. Just to give you an idea how fast my attack speed is right now, this is rolling slam. Actually, it's even faster than this. There we go. So that's rolling slam right now, right? It's 0.5 attack time. Or sorry. Where is it? Sorry, that's bone shatter. Where's rolling slam? I might have taken rolling slam off. Okay, well, bone shatter is that fast. And bone shatter does not have martial tempo or anything on it. So we're getting attack speed from a few different spots. We're getting attack speed here, 30%. Increase as long as the mana is above 90%. We're getting attack speed from onslaught. And I think that's it for the gear, but we are also getting attack speed from martial tempo here. And I think we've grabbed it on the tree as well. So here it's skill speed. And we didn't come here and grab this yet because this character is only level 28. But just from these items, I can tell that the situation here is not going to improve much. So right now it's 0.94. Right, like this 30% movement speed. It only made a 0.05 second difference. Right? I mean, we're not like, okay, let's look at where was it? Bone shatter. So bone shatter is 0.59, and look how much of a difference this makes over here, right? It makes hardly any difference at all in the Leapslam because we're limited by that 0.65 seconds. So because of that, I'm not going to level this character further. Or maybe I will, but not for now. I'm just not going to. I mean, the Leapslam isn't terribly bad, the speed, but at the same time, like, this is it. It's not going to get any faster than this. So for now, probably going to leave it like this. Maybe I'll revisit it in the future. The nice thing about Leapslam, unlike Thorns, is that it actually has tags that are sort of relevant to the warrior. And what I mean by that is that Leapslam, where is it? So it counts as a slam, which is sort of a big deal, and it's also, an actual melee attack, which is nice because Thorns is none of that. So for Leapslam, we could have interacted with some of the slam stuff on the tree, and the ascendancies, which would have been nice, but that 0.65 seconds sort of kills the idea, at least for me. Yeah, that's it really. You could take this a different route. You could go like a slower Leapslam that's just there's some stuff on the tree that gives you reduced attack speed for more damage. You could pick up like this, so you could pick up all this sort of stuff, and you could go for a different build with it. You could just treat it as like a normal slam skill instead of a movement skill. I just wanted to use it as a movement skill though. So because of that, for now, like, this character is done. Really, I'm not gonna do anything with it. But what I plan to do next, first of all, I'm gonna start leveling up characters using Widow Hill, and I have a few quivers on the side. What I'm gonna play exactly, I'm not sure yet. I might do a Deadeye because I don't have one, so I might try to do just one of every class. I would like to continue to do builds that I have sort of, my own idea, but at this point I feel like everything's already tried, or a lot of things are. But maybe we'll go with something that is not played as much and try to do something with that. The other thought I had was just jumping into Hardcore Souls of Found, where the challenge then becomes surviving and getting items, farming gear, building your own gear, and so on, and adapting to whatever the game throws at you. Whereas right now in Standard, I feel like if I just copy someone else's build, I may as well just watch their video on them playing it. What's the point of me just copy pasting someone else's build into my build and wasting my time running it and just seeing that it matches their gameplay? That to me isn't fun. But what we might do is make a sort of a farming character that just farms currency for us to try out these ideas. Because I'm running low on exalts. The Thorns character basically drained me of all my exalts, because each of those items was like 10 to 20x in some cases. Yeah, so we're out of exalts. That's really it, I guess. We'll see what happens. We'll see with the next build or whatever I go for, I guess. There probably won't be a video up for a while just because the holidays, and I'm not exactly sure, like I said, what build I'm going to play, but yeah, I might just, what I'll probably do is I'll just start leveling a build, and redo all the passives once I get it to, like, say, end of all the acts, and I'll just use Widow Hill to do it. One for every class, probably, is what we'll do. Yeah, I guess that's it.